Alright, hey guys, welcome to what I'm going to be calling the Visual Crunch. This is the very first episode that we're doing this, and basically will be a breakdown of anything animation related. And to start, I figured why not do my own projects. This idea has been a somewhat of a long time in the making. I was originally going to do one based on Jujutsu Kaisen Season 2, talking about the animation of that, but that never really saw the light of day. But if you're still interested in that, I can probably actually finish it. To be fair, I would just have to finish the editing, but I figured I can get this one pretty quickly and easily since it's easy, simple, and easy to talk about. So we're going over my most recent video, my rigging and composition project. This is for my animation class, Anim 382, digital production and compositing. But it's basically just advanced rigging, which is not something that they tell you in the description until you, one, know the professor that you're working with, or two, you read the syllabus. Because I thought it was just going to be purely compositing and stuff like that, which I figured, yeah, I would probably need to learn that. And then I saw the teacher, and I was like, oh, I'm doing rigging, aren't I? But I'm glad I got this class over with at least. But so, digital rigging, if you look at the node view here, see all these components. The only different thing with this class is that we've added master controllers, which is pretty cool, which I'll show in a little bit later when we showcase this. So we got things for the left arm, left leg, right leg. Going here. I kind of did some of the pegs out of order, which I wish I could change, but it gets funky when I mess with it, so I kind of just left it be. So we got like the face here. This is all the nose components, the body, the ears, the eyes, a lot of cutters and stuff. So yeah, that's all fun, honestly. Just kidding. Building this thing was not fun, but it was better than most, or better than my last one, I think. All right, so it's not in my library here, unfortunately. I don't know if I have access to it anymore. If I do have access to it, I'll showcase the rig I made for that, but it is horrid.
Fuck. Dog, this shit looks terrible. Holy shit. Oh my god. Wait, hold
I don't like sand.
on. Oh.
It's coarse and rough and irritating, and it gets everywhere.
What? What the fuck? I'm missing 2 frames. Wait, what the hell? Oh, dude, thank god I didn't do another fucking person.
It's
Jesus
everywhere.
Christ. Wait, isn't it supposed to be facing me? What? Wait, why do I have 5 What?
I'll say that. So honestly, I took it easy on myself and did a Bluey version of a capybara that I named Gort. The name was more of an inspiration from the Urban Rescue Ranch's very own capybara, Gort. Gort and Quandale Dingo. I love those two. Actually, I should mouse controller. To be fair, I don't know why I kind of need this. To be fair, because none of the master controllers show up when you make a new when you open this back up freshly, and you kind of need this to activate all of it. Because if you go to the transform 2 here, you turn it on, it brings up all of this. But I feel like there's no point in this if everything, if including this, like, is turned off. You know what I mean? So it's tedious to just, having to just click this one, then just to highlight the whole thing, go up to the show mass control section, just turn it on from here. But I needed a grid wizard feature anyways. Apparently, that's a requirement for some reason. So kind of did that. Whoa. Other than that, things I can showcase with this at least are the sliders and stuff. I don't know what these things are, but let's see. Oh, I could. Okay, this will make it easier. So, sliders at least. Leg slider goes around a full 360. And don't mind the body shifting too. I didn't make it a perfect symmetrical shape, unfortunately. which I didn't realize until when I was doing these mouse controllers. Arm slider. I'm glad I got this fixed because originally it would like do that, and then basically would go backwards from here instead of doing like a full loop, right? So thankfully I got that fixed. That was a longer process than needed to. With these head controllers though, at least, yeah, it just controls the face mostly for me, and it is a little jank at times. So if I do ever fully animate something like this, it'd be interesting to see how like the fill empty cells one would look. But to be fair, I don't have to rely on that, so it's fine. So I can probably work around it. So it's off now, but I think when I actually animate it, it'll be a lot better. At least this is like, at least this was better than my first attempt on doing the mouse controller for the head at least, since it would like distort the whole shape. And I will show you with this one at least. On the side here, you get to see all the mouth expressions I made, which is cool. I didn't make a side mouth, unfortunately, but my teacher never noticed that. So, Professor Colby, for watching this, I'm sorry. You can't change my grade now, can you? This one includes head turns, or like up and downs at least. So if you look up, he looks up, look down, and that's the one issue for some reason, is that it'll distort like this. Just fucking disgusting. I don't know why. Except for the top. What? Man. I mean, I know everything else is being weird right now, but huh. In the end, I think everything has some sort of workaround. So if I ever decide to make Gort here dance to the Bluey theme song properly, I can work my way around it. So if you can tell at the bottom, what the process looks like is. Oh, can I not slide on this? I have to do that? Ew. So the whole process is basically like you make your turnaround here with ups and downs, and then go into the grid wizard here, and you lay all this out. Though I made it one extra larger, I should have made it. I think this is either 17 or 18 by 3. I could have made it 14 by 3. But I didn't know that. So so that's cool. Why is your mouth open? Oi. Yeah, there we go. So in terms of that, that's about it for the rig itself. And then the animation process is more here. We made him primarily on 2s. I think that would have looked. I assume that would look better with the fill cells gap thing. And I think the end product came out pretty well. I'm pretty proud of how this worked. I think trying to individually animate this was a little bit of a pain. But it's cute. I like it. I wish I made more. I could have done more of this. I just realized. But yeah, the Gort process for this, building it was a pain. Animating itself wasn't actually that bad. I think, if anything, I'm just an animator. I like just doing the movement, and in this case, making it is not fun. But I'm glad I was able to get a good grade in this class at least, because I fucked up several times. So in this segment, more so talk about the composition process itself. This was done in After Effects, and I'm glad I had an easy time with this, because in total, I was able to do this in basically like 5 hours. You know what I mean? For what basically I think normally would take like a week or two, because that was the amount of time we were given between the master controls portion and the composition portion. So originally, I didn't do this with the indoor one, but originally, I just exported it as a PNG, just as like the whole body, right? And I think it looks fine. I think it looks fine enough, as you can see in the indoor portion one. But I think with something with this, I decided to step it up a little bit further, because one of the things was in the body here, the lighting doesn't exactly hit, because most of the time it just covers the outline, right? So it'll like go here and then just cut off here because then the lighting will go to the arm. So I think one of the things I wanted to change was how the lighting plays off the character, which basically I just had to export everything by itself. So going back to the if we go back to the what's it, the Toon Boom Harmony file thing, we'd have to disable everything and then just do the arms by itself, and so forth, so forth. We did this with 4. We're not counting full body because the full body export, that's for the shadow. So I basically did separately for the nose, body with the left, this arm, the legs, the right arm. Yeah. So I think one of the biggest things, the reason why I did this, I think the biggest thing other than this was the nose. I think it would have been interesting to have lighting on the nose. So that's why I did that. And as you can see, there's not really a lot of shadow shading as I should have, to be fair, but barely noticeable. And given the environment that we're in, I think it's fine. And going back to what I said about like this taking a fair bit, the reason it being is because of the tracking process. And I think that depends on how good your video is. You know what I mean? And where you want to put your tracking placement. Because the 2 of mine were the easiest because where I set up the tracking position, the track motion position here, it was on like a easy to follow landmark. Luckily, the place where I took this recording from had like writing here in pretty bright white. So I was able to just put it on the end here. And it was able to track pretty well. So thank God for that. And with the other one, it was like the dark spot in like, like wood desk. Like that one, you know what I'm talking about. So that was really easy to track. This was not my original outdoor shot. I think I can pull it up. Yes, so this is the original one I used. It's a little brighter. Let me just turn this off. Oop. So it's a little brighter. I wanted Gort to be positioned on this little speck here. And I thought that would be easy for it to track. And I was sorely mistaken. I can probably demonstrate it actually. Hold up. So you want to start from the beginning, track motion, and then you see the track pointer here. Go here. Drag it on over to the dark spot here. I swear to God, if this works when it's already done. Center that as best as you can. This is like a mini tutorial on how to track actually. So if you're watching this and you're wondering, you're welcome. So you just set that. Depending on what you want, track motion, set it up on whatever you want it to, right? And then click this play button to see if it actually works. And you can see it doesn't. It goes over here instead of here. You know what I mean? So if we go backwards, you know what I mean? See, look at this. It's broken now. It doesn't even go back to the original spot. Now the system's just lost. So there's no point in applying it. So this is a lost cause. And but if it was not a lost cause, you would want to it would automatically track to the null, and then you would put in your character or whatnot, and then parent it to the null, and then boom, you got yourself tracking. So I'm glad this turned out pretty well, and honestly, this will be handy, I will say, for the future. The process might take a little longer because there's a lot of elements to just regular 2D animation. So, but other than that, I think it'll be fine. Like I said, I'm already proud of how this is going to look. There's not much more. Yeah, maybe I'm losing it. There's not much else to talk about, I don't think. But I'm glad I did this, at least in the end, because I don't like rigging. And if I showcase my original one, maybe it's a skill issue. I don't know. But if you saw my first one, if I included it in the video, it looks awful. The animation is awful. But other than that, yeah, I think that'll do it for this episode of Visual Crunch. First Visual Crunch. Here's the more to come. This is just for one of my classes, and I'll upload another one for my other class because I had 2 studio animation classes. I think the next one I'll probably have a lot more to talk about. There's a lot more to present. You know, things that are actually relevant to the animation and other side things relating to it. You'll see in that video, but to be fair, I don't expect this series to do that well, especially not in the beginning. But I think if I do this enough, it might get some traction. But I would have to also find like media to talk about outside of my projects. So if you want to see this, if you want to see me talk about like other animated media with Visual Crunch, you know, movies, TV shows, music videos, whatnot, you know what I mean? Like, let me know in the comments, I guess, if there's like a particular one you want me to talk about, because I'm not. To be fair, I don't think this is something where I talk about everything. I think if there's just something interesting that happens within an episode or a scene, I'll probably cover it. So, and it has to be in my realm of expertise too, which is primarily 2D. So, I can't really talk about anything 3D related. I can maybe talk about stop motion a little bit since I'm slightly familiar with it. But basically, for me at least, no 3D, or at least little to no 3D since I'm not too familiar with that. No VFX. I mean, I'm not trying to take quarter crews' jobs out of this. No, I was kidding. But yeah, VFX is a whole nother realm that I can't really talk about. But I think just anything cool that I can probably think of, like technique wise or like a style maybe, or even just like talking about the effects of a shot, I can probably talk about, because like I said, I can't just talk about everything, purely because of the fact that I think most cases a lot of things do end up being similar in like technique or execution, you know what I mean? And I think all that, like a review of just the animation would just boil down to just being like, oh, this looks good. So I mean, if there's like a particular animation that you think, hold up, oh snap, all the frame rates are off, this is supposed to be all 24, I didn't even notice this, ah shit. Well, anyways, so yeah, those are the things I'll do and the things I won't do. So let me know. Let me know. So yeah, thanks for watching. If you want to support me, like and subscribe to like the video, subscribe to the channel, comment what you want me to talk about. I'll do that. Maybe.